Hi, my name is Bulan Jingga, and I'm a New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and I'm also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with acclaimed Indonesian composer and pianist, Bagus Mazasuppa. For more on Bagus, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the incredible talent of Bagus. Well, good morning from the West, and it is nighttime in Indonesia, and I am so excited to be speaking with acclaimed composer and pianist, Bagus Mazasuppa. And Bagus, like I told you pre-interview, I have my dog here, and although he's in the other room, he is so excited because he knows that you're going to be maybe playing a little piano later, and he's excited to sing. So he's warming up his vocal cords. So my apologies that he's trying to make it about himself. But right now, Bagus, I want to make this about you, my friend. You are such an amazing talent. And I want to know, when did you realize that you had such a love of music and specifically piano playing?
Since I hear music, I was kid, and the first music I hear is from television and radio. So you know that my television have a shape like the grill of the speaker looks like a piano tooth, piano keyboard. So when the music program is played, I come to the television and I push the grill of the speaker, and my mother saw that, and she is very touched, and then she bought me a mini keyboard. So since that, I love to play keyboard and I love music.
I love that, Bagus. And then, you know, you began composing songs when you were, what, 13, 14 years old? What types of songs were you creating?
Regular song, like a pop song. You know, when I was 14, I don't learn music formally. So I just hear and I maybe create something similar like that.
Well, I know as an artist the importance of teachers in our lives. And I know that for you, teachers throughout your whole life have played a very important role in your musicianship. I want you to talk first about your teacher that you learned keyboarding from, Joko.
Yes, Mr. Joko is my first formal keyboard teacher. He taught me a lot of popular songs, so in a keyboard style. So I was playing with the style on keyboard, and then I play melody with my right hand, and then that's the first time I feel that I can play music all myself with keyboard.
And then Bagus, you would think it's a music teacher, but it was your history teacher that taught you, or that you learned more about keyboarding from, right? What was his name?
Mr. Soepardi.
Wait, time out. How did your history teacher teach you the keyboard? Yes. I love that.
My high school in Malang is very unique. There are two piano in the office, and the front office and the back office. I love the piano on the back office. That is the first time I touched the real piano, the acoustic piano. So every morning, my school is began at 7:30. I have to come at 6 in order to I can play 30 minutes before I go to school. that in that morning, Mr. Soepardi always keep look at me, and he he talks to me about the fingering and the scale and the broken chord, anything about piano.
Bagus, what I love so much, and this is actually reminding me of my childhood, I was a professional singer for over 25 years before I became a director, but it was in elementary school, middle school, and high school. It was those teachers that saw something in me that gave me that extra time. And obviously, these teachers saw something special in you. And what I'm noticing so far, I've watched your YouTubes, but you have such a beautiful spirit about you, Bagus. You're a very humble man with also a light about you. And I'm curious to know, is this something to do with your upbringing, or have you always been like this as a kid? Tell me.
Yeah, I feel I have to appreciate that everyone who gave me a lesson, especially about music. And so also my senior on the music community in my city. Then we before the pandemic, we always gathering and talk, take and give, and about sharing the music. So it's look like a classroom too for me.
That is so beautiful. I mean, Bagus, I think you should write a book. I think the world would be a better place if they had some of Bagus's wisdom. This whole notion that the world and every day should be a lesson, that your hunger to learn, Bagus, is so, it's inspiring and refreshing, because today in these times we have so many, especially the kids, right, who wanted to be in the music industry. They want to become famous fast, but they're not worried about or thinking about the craft. And the fact that you have this hunger and curiosity to learn is really inspiring. And when I also think about your curiosity as a musician, you then soon after graduating music school, you joined Sirkus Barock. Talk to me a little bit about joining that band in 2006.
Yeah, Sirkus Barock is founded by Sawung Jabo. It's an Indonesian music artist. Now he lives in Sydney, Australia. He is the leader. He found in 1976. So I just joined in 2006. So Sirkus Barock is like not just a music group or band. I think this is a family. It's a sharing place. So sometimes Sawung Jabo, the leader, is called it the open house. Anyone can come, anyone can go. And the word Sirkus Barock is come from, he very loved the circus play, and Baroque is from the Baroque music, the polyphonic, the fuga, because Jabo is like the fuga, and he take the circus name because on the circus there are no superstar. One day he saw the circus, the star of, what is called aerial attraction, and
so what you're saying is that he wanted to, with the name like you're describing, that it was a family, almost like a tribe, an ensemble where no one was the superstar, that sometimes you might have the tightrope person, sometimes you might have the dragon person with the fire in the mouth, sometimes you might have the lion tamer, but that everyone has sometimes. Go ahead.
And also everyone is crew. It's a crew.
I love that, Bagus, because it reminds me when I went to college. I went to a liberal arts school, and when I got my theater major, it wasn't like you did the acting, you could study singing, you could study crew. Everyone was everything at some point. So you learned the background, so that it also humbles people, right? So you could be the best singer, but sometimes you were in backstage sweeping the floor.
Yes, it's like that.
Bagus,
That's the Sirkus Barock.
so I love that so much. And then in 2013, talk to me about what was your impetus? What was your reasoning in forming your own instrumental band, Bulan Jingga? And how did you come up with that name?
Bulan Jingga is the name is from Sawung Jabo too, who found the Sirkus Barock. First time I create the Bulan Jingga is for performing my music piece that Sawung Jabo gave me an order to make one band to perform your piece. So I make them, and then we are having a lot of a good time. So we decide to continue this band until now. We got the second album.
That is so exciting. And I also love the fact that you, Bagus, are every step of the way, you're honoring your teachers. It's like you grab information almost like a baton and you move it forward, almost as if like, you're thinking already about your legacy. I mean, I think about, your teachers as a young kid, and then your teachers at Sirkus Barock, and then you keep passing the baton forward. And then from there, you, right before the pandemic, had begun something called #MusicKono. And it's a hospitality organization that you basically lecture recital-based concert tour where you basically build music and art spaces for musicians and audiences as they come through the villages where you live. Did I describe that correctly?
Close.
You tell me.
Maybe it's too big.
You tell me.
Okay. The MusicKono it's a kind of a project, not an organization or not a group. So like Sirkus Barock, everyone can come and everyone can go. It's basically I do a recital, a simple recital. Sometimes only solo piano, sometimes duet with the guitar on trio or 5 people is anything. We bring the music, our favorite music, but I can give a 2 frame. Jazz music with classical music. I share to the villagers that not often hear the music in live performing. Maybe they can find on YouTube or some on another media, but for the live performing, it's not often for them, especially the villagers. So I just called. I feel someone called me to bring the music for the villagers.
Well, I think
and it's free.
I think you have a calling too, Bagus, and I think that you are a perfect example of an artist who feels that they are a vessel of goodness and love and music. And I would love, if you don't mind, before we end our interview, to play a little bit of maybe some original music on the piano you have in your studio.
With my pleasure.
My goodness. Bagus, amazing, my friend, amazing. Bagus Mazasupa, thank you so much for joining me today. You are absolutely incredible. And I honestly, while you were playing, I was like, he needs to score one of the films I create. You have such a beautiful orchestral sound to your music, but yet it's just piano.
Thank you. I'm glad to love it.
I love it, Bagus. I cannot wait to work with you. And thank you again so much for speaking with me today.
Artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.